Because they may be gone, but their deeds outlive them. The headlines lingering from the previous administration's 50 running scandals still bushed. Number 3, Torture-Gate. The Murdoch Street Journal now says President Obama is leaning towards the lifers at the CIA who want to keep secret the specifics about the agency's crimes of torture and domestic spying. These are the follow-up Justice Department rationalization memos we were told were to be released but have not been. Nothing in them, mind you, just, the Journal reports, details like how President Bush was told it was legal to bang a detainee's head against a wall as long as his head was being held and the force of the banging was controlled by the interrogator. Let's try that on a volunteer. John Yoo in the audience? The point of the Journal's article and the leak of a detail like that might seem inscrutable, but it isn't. Just listen to this part of the article. People familiar with the matter said some senior intelligence advisors to the president raised fears that releasing the 2 most sensitive memos could cause the Obama administration to be alienated from the CIA's rank and file, as happened during the Bush administration when Porter Goss, who was unpopular among CIA officers, headed the agency. You got it now? It's a warning via a leak through the Wall Street Journal from the CIA to Obama and new director Panetta. Keep the secret secret, or we'll leave you hanging. Number 2, exporting Democracy-Gate. Mr. Bush's triumph in Afghanistan keeps getting better and better. First, his president there, Mr. Karzai, unilaterally approved legislation that effectively legalizes marital rape. Now Afghan women have protested, 300 of them. They were met by, today, 1,000 male counter-protesters who, like the CIA with the Wall Street Journal, spoke mostly in symbols. They threw stones at the women protesting the legalized rape. But small stones, this time. Now, number 1, Teabag-Gate. As handfuls of sheep, possibly wearing LED vests, as seen earlier in Oddball, are herded into made-for-TV protests of taxation with representation, the U.S. Public Interest Research Group has now analyzed a Senate report from last year that showed just how much we lose as a nation in tax revenues hidden by corporations in places like the Cayman Islands. The opportunities to do so growing immeasurably under the Bush administration. The total figure is up to $100 billion a year. But U.S. PIRG has now figured it out state by state. Texas would be losing $8 billion a year. $8 billion its ordinary citizens have to pay in taxes. So is New York State at that amount. Residents of California have to make up $11 billion lost to Tax Dodge Island. The District of Columbia, $713 million. Even Alaska, $174 million that Alaskans have to pay because Alaskan corporations do not. So where are your damned teabag protests about that? Where is the Fox Out of Business Network on this corporate piracy? Where is Neil Cavuto explaining to the simpletons in Sacramento that they're getting ripped off by international outfits like News Corp? Where's Captain Teabag himself, Glenn Beck? Why don't you take credit for this idea from somebody else? Get up there and weep about U.S. corporations making us, all of us, rich and poor, pay $100 billion of their taxes so we get the privilege of getting to buy their products and bail out their failures. Get up there and do that, and I'll march with you. Until then, you're just a bunch of greedy, water-carrying corporate slave hypocrites defending the rich against the poor.